Welcome back to the Padilla Family Homestead. I am finally starting to feel better and I want something besides soup for breakfast. So I'm going to take a few things that I harvested over the last little bit and make a delicious breakfast. I'm going to turn this on. So we cook primarily on cast iron nowadays. I do have a couple of other pots. I have an Emil Henry Dutch oven, which is not cast iron. And then I have my stainless steel pots that I use for like boiling and tomato sauce and stuff like that. But other than that, we got rid of all of our non-stick years ago. So the only thing we cook on is cast iron or really stainless steel or that one pot. I went ahead, I'm going to preheat this. I'm going to cook a couple pieces of bacon, and then I have some of the things I'm going to use is some of these tomatoes. I love being cherry tomato rich. It just makes my heart happy. Every day I pick a few off when I'm out watering. We have a lot of squirrels, a lot of birds, a lot of things going on out there. So I've just been picking them off when they're in that greener state, but starting to change, and then they change fully yellow inside. So you can tell the difference. Like that's not ready, this one's ready. I also picked these rather young. The plants are kind of not looking great. So I went ahead and picked these young because I knew I was going to cook some breakfast this morning. The other peppers that are going nuts are the shishitos. Now these get soft really fast. This one's kind of beyond okay. These get soft really fast, but what I'm going to go ahead and do is stab these and blister them. Actually, I'm going to do that before the bacon. I'm going to stab them and blister them, and then I can have these along with breakfast, which will be good. That's a lot of them, so I'm excited. I get to eat peppers. So I'm going to go ahead and get going on this. So these are already washed, so I'm just going to stab a couple times with a fork so they don't pop out at me. Shishitos can be a little hotter. I don't usually eat the seeds necessarily. I feel like each pepper is so different. So I usually do them while they're green and not while they're red. But Roots and Refuge actually turned me on to blistered shishitos, and I do really like them. I like blistered peppers, period, but I like how thin-walled these are. Oh, that one had a bug bite. A bug hole. I'm not going to dig through. I have enough. Anyway, so when I harvest, I usually keep my stuff out on the counter unless it has to go in the fridge. I think with the shishitos, I'm going to start putting them in the fridge. We'll see. I got to figure out what's the best route is. If you know the best route to keep these a little firm for a little longer than 2 days, that would be amazing. Even longer than a day. Sometimes they start getting really soft. These peppers are so prolific. So I'm going to let those start blistering while I cut these up. I actually don't like these lemon squashes super big. They do get seedy in the middle. So you're gonna, there's a lot of seed pocket here. So I actually prefer these young, and it's one of the cool things about growing your own food. You get to decide when you're going to eat it, what's your favorite time to have it. Zucchini I don't care as much. I don't think this Palermo white zucchini is going to be mildew resistant. I think it's going to be too much for it out here. it's already blistering up good. Hello. I'm going to go ahead and turn this heat down because this pan is already getting really hot. I have some onions that I grew that, this is going to splash back when I put these in, that I chopped and froze. One of my early harvested frozen garlic. While that is cooking, yesterday I took some heavy cream and I put it in these ice cube trays and I froze them. And I only did them about halfway. Oh, these might need to sit for a minute. Let's see. This is my solution to heavy cream going bad before I can use it. I ordered a very good heavy cream from Azure Standard, and that definitely is going to go bad before I can use it all. So I bought it knowing I was going to do something with it, and I feel like heavy cream will freeze better than half and half, Milk will freeze fine, heavy cream will freeze fine. Half and half, there's too much of a variation in the consistency, and there's a lot of people that I've watched and followed that say that those half and half doesn't freeze as well. So I like to use either half and half or heavy cream in my coffee. So in a cup of coffee, I just do honey and about this much heavy cream. And so I thought, hey, I can freeze it in a package that's about the size that I would normally use for my coffee. And then I have creamer basically set aside. So it's cute. These look like little butter pads. I actually may make butter pads in these in the future. It's my first time using these ice cube trays. And I liked that they had the silicone pop out on the bottom. So there's 14 slots in each one of these. And it's going to give me a lot of coffee. So I'm going to do another round of these because it only took a little over one, I think, container. Because I had a partial, it's probably about one. I had a partial, I used the partial, and then I used a partial of a whole one. So probably about one of the little containers. Alright, so pop these in here. And I'm going to stick these in the freezer so they don't defrost. And I have frozen creamer pods. These are the heavy cream that I got from Azure. I got a 6-pack. And buying the 6-pack makes it even more affordable. So these are good until July 27th. And today is July 23rd. So I'm trying to make sure I use stuff up. I am going to be making a caramel with that, so I want to make sure I save for that. Let's check back in on our breakfast. So I went ahead and I picked some fresh basil. I'm just going to do big tears of this into here. This will wilt down kind of like spinach, but give the pops of flavor. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop these in. Let them get blistered up. I've done the same basic thing with almost anything you get from the garden. You can do okra and radishes, turnips and carrots and whatever combo you want. This is what I had this morning. So this is kind of what my goal was, to use up some of this stuff before it starts to go bad. I haven't salted this yet because the bacon is salty and it's a peppered bacon. It's a peppered bacon. So I wanted to make sure that I utilized what I had first, and then if I need to salt, I will. Plus I'm going to top with something salty. I'm going to turn off my heat and let this kind of just finish cooking down for a few minutes. Kind of cool down, but let those tomatoes kind of blister up, which will be yummy. So anytime I'm sick, I am reminded that cheating with cruddy food is not a good thing. And real food helps your body so much. So one of the things that I do is I start drinking kombucha again. We haven't really had money to keep buying these right now. So I start drinking the kombucha. I think I'm going to attempt to start making kombucha. The other thing I did is I took 2 mint tea bags and a lemon balm tea with some honey, poured some hot water into that about 3/4 of the way up a half-gallon mason jar, let it steep for a while, and then poured cold water over that and popped it in the fridge. And it makes a very good calming tea for the tummy, good digestive tea, and I've been drinking that too. I can't always do the hot, but I can, I mean, I can't always do the cold, but I do it hot all the time, so I knew it was going to be good. I'm going to get another batch of these going because I know I have enough heavy cream for it, and I need to wash these when I'm done with them, so I figure just get another round in. So all I'm doing is just pouring that little bit in. Heavy cream is amazing. You can make butter out of heavy cream. It is very rich. You can cut it down with some milk and have a higher percentage of fat in that milk. You can add it to your eggs and stuff. I've used heavy cream for my Dutch babies, which is amazing. I need to break. So a lot of times with this, there's a very thick butterfat content on the top. I'm using my finger because I'm going to use this up right now. It just tastes like butter. Anyway, I need to break that. That way I can mix it up. Otherwise I'm going to have a very clumpy section, a very fatty section. And I want that kind of mixed in when it comes to coffee. But that is really what you want for making butter, is that fatty portion. I'm trying to do more things, set back up the convenient things that I used to have. That's what I'm lacking right now, is convenience items for when I'm not feeling good, or I'm just really busy, or I'm going to have friends over, or whatever else is going on. Those convenience foods really make life easier. So I'm going to be really working on setting up some of those. I did get new jars for my birthday, along with seeds, but I have them filled in behind, so I have empty jars back there. So as I'm going, I'm filling them with stuff or using them for drinks. That's the other thing I wanted them for, was for using them for drinks in the fridge. I really like things that can be a multi-purpose tool. Okay, a lot more going back in. Alright, I'm going to pop this bacon away. Because it's just my hubby and I, we really don't need a lot of bacon out at once. We do love bacon. My husband really loves bacon. I'm looking forward to having BLTs. Actually, more like BBTs. I really like bacon, lettuce leaf, basil, and tomatoes as a sandwich. Here's to hoping my tummy handles this good. So this is what I just call Mexican cheese. It's the queso fresco. And I don't need a lot of it with this, but some would be great. I'm going to go ahead and pop that in there. And I'm just going to crumble over the top. And so this is pretty salty, and that's why I'm not adding more salt right now until I try this. Look at how delicious that looks. Hey, come back, tomato. I lost one. Breakfast was delicious. Yeah, it was just good. The squash has like that, I don't know, moist, juicy flavor. And then the bacon had the savory and kind of the salty. The cheese paired in there with that, with the acid of the tomatoes. I just ate the roasted peppers. All of them are sweet except for one, which is kind of funny. This is a local honey that I have been getting, and it has helped my allergies immensely. I didn't have it for about a month, and my allergies started going haywire. I started it back up, and it's doing great. So I've been having a problem with trying to figure out the coffee creamer. They don't always have the coconut one that I like, and most coffee creamers have an ingredient called carrageenan or whatever, and that makes me swell. Every time I have something with it, it makes me swell. Most ice creams will make me swell. So, I have been trying to go to something else for my coffee. I already have to do decaf, but I want to do something that I really like and enjoy. So, I've been doing honey in my coffee with either some half and half or heavy cream. I'm going to go ahead and put one of my frozen creamer pods or heavy cream pods in there and let it do its thing. It's going to cool down my coffee, but that is okay. I don't know, I might be able to cut this in half. I haven't really been drinking coffee being sick. So I'm doing all the things this morning, so we'll see if I regret it. I think we'll be okay with the one. I'm kind of debating if I want a second one. I thought it was going to give me more than that. I'll try. Nope, that's good. Oh, that is good. So, if you haven't tried honey and cream in your coffee, I definitely suggest it, especially if it's a local honey. It's a great way for allergy relief. And you're replacing another type of sugar. So, that's really good. I have a few more things that I need to get done this morning. I am going to reorganize this corner a little bit. I need to sweep in here really bad. And then I'm going to move in my herb drying rack. Oh, actually, I should probably put all those herbs away. Maybe I'll do that together. I need to move laundry, make the guest bed. It's just had the clean stuff sitting on it. I haven't made it. And just do a few things to finish getting ready before my cousin comes into town and before I head off to work this afternoon. So I'm going to drink my coffee and you can come along for the ride. So I started with making the bed this day, and I will tell you that I ended up only going to work for less than 2 hours this day, and I ended up back home with a fever and in the bathroom again. So this sickness definitely came back, and I did not get most of the other things done that I listed that I was going to do. I made breakfast, I put heavy cream stuff away, I made coffee, I made the bed, and then I did some laundry, and that was it. Unfortunately, my cousin was not able to come either. I kind of called her because of how bad I felt. I The plan was to stay in bed on Friday, my birthday, and just keep resting for until the party on Saturday. And then I realized I needed to go grocery shopping. So my friend came over and helped me grocery shop. That way, I had somebody to help me do all the heavy lifting and stuff. But thankfully, by Friday, I started to turn around big time. And that was good. So, whatever bug this was, I was out pretty much from Sunday through up to Friday. And it wiped me out, which was kind of crazy. So I thought I'd share too, like we have when I'm making this bed, we have a grounding mat on our bed, and I put one across the guest bed as well. And then did the regular sheets, the duvet cover, and all of that. I try to make sure things feel cozy when people come to visit, and hopefully she'll be able to come a different time and come and visit. But at least the bed is fresh and made and ready for company to come. It was kind of fun because we actually found this really adorable Be Our Guest pillow at Hobby Lobby last year or the beginning of this year, I don't remember. And I was super excited to find that. Also, my pillows are our jam, and so I was happy to be able to get one of those for the guest bed because I also can wash those, and I like being able to wash pillows between people. Our dryer door just broke, the female adapter, so we had to switch the door, which is kind of annoying, but it's going to work. It just is what it is. So we hang dry a lot of our clothes. It helps them last longer, saves on energy, but really it helps them last longer. It stops shrinkage for the most part. We wash almost everything in cold water, and then hang dry so much. So jeans, socks, some pajamas, underwear, my sports bras, regular bras I hang, but all the other stuff, that stuff I dry. It is what it is. We will eventually one day have a large hang drying area, but right now this little room, this little closet, is our drying space and our laundry space. Now it is louder on the other side of that door where you are, and that is because we have the dehumidifier running out there as well, and that helps dry the clothes faster too. My husband's been keeping up on doing the laundry, but I'm really behind on folding the laundry. But that's what happens when you're sick. I'm still trying to figure out the laundry soap and stuff that I want to use. I know I shared that I signed up for Melaleuca a while ago. I ended up I didn't keep going with them. Part of it's because of the ordering every month. But the other part of it is it's not really as clean as I want to be of ingredients. And so I decided if I was going to do that, I could still get that at the store and not have to have a monthly minimum that I have to place. And we're not in the place right now to have that. We don't go through stuff as fast, just being a family of two. The stuff like, I make my own body cream, and my husband did not like the lotion, so there's things in that we decided that we're just not moving forward with them, which was unfortunate, but it is what it is. What I am going to do though is I'm contemplating, my friend has a recipe for homemade, and I was thinking about, I'm like, yeah, we are renting, but this washer is ours. I mean, I don't want it to break, but this washer is ours. It's not like if I did something, it's theirs. So I may try to experiment with a homemade laundry soap pretty soon, but I'm in this toxic free living group, and the thing that they say all the time, which I actually really like, is this kind of like an 80-20 lifestyle. I'm trying to do what I can do and be as close to that 80%, but there's things that I compromise on. And we're kind of all going to have those things that we compromise on, and they're going to be different for each household. Deodorant is one that I do aluminum free, but I tried making homemade deodorant and it did not do super well. We got sores, and so there's something off in that recipe, and I just haven't picked it up to try to do it again. And right now I don't really have the time or the brain space to do so. But we did both find deodorant that we both like. They're both aluminum free, and so that's what we're going to do. One area that I would like to do better in is shampoo and conditioner, all the hair care. And I feel like that is one thing that I may try to do this winter again, is experiment with that. Right now we're using this all free and clear because it's unscented. It has no dyes. And with our grounding sheets, I try really hard to make sure I make those last as long as possible. So that is one way to do that, is to not use dyes and to not use perfumes. So for now we have this drying rack. I don't actually suggest this drying rack. It's very wobbly. I don't really like it that much, but it's what was available when I bought it. So that's kind of what we're just using. Oh, my hangers fell over. Alright, I'm going to get all of this stuff hung and drying, and then I'm going to move on. I'm actually going to listen to my body and sit down for a little while. It is my first day back up, and I'm getting a lot of little stuff done, but I need to save my energy for work tonight. So I'm going to get this laundry folded for a few minutes, at least these towels, and then I will get ready for work this afternoon. But thank you for spending the morning doing little things with me. A lot of times that's what we can do, is just the little things. I am a planner. I like to plan. I have had so many schedules of videos and things I want to do, and I'm in a season right now, I think, where God is teaching me that I can plan all I want, but it's what He has planned for me. And I've shared on here before, I'm not good at resting. I had a really hard time being sick this time. I was in bed, like I was down. And that's really hard for me. I have a really hard time sitting here looking at all the laundry that needs to be folded and this never-ending to-do list, and I'm harvesting this stuff out of the garden, and some of it I had to toss because it just went bad, and that's hard. But I think giving yourself grace, and also so giving yourself grace, but also realizing you have all these plans that you're doing, and sometimes it's okay to change plans. Sometimes, actually anytime it's good to listen to God. And sometimes we think we're on the right path, and God kind of nudges us and shifts us and says, I think not. So, or that was the path for that time being. And I feel like this last year of lots of transition, year and a half, of lots of transition, lots of things. I've been processing through a lot of stuff recently, and because now I'm in a place where we're settling in. We still have goals, we still have dreams, but we're getting into a routine, and that routine is trying to figure out what's supposed to be in that routine, because it's different. It's different than what we're used to. It's different than what we've normally done, and I think it's really spending time in prayer and trying to figure out what it is that we are supposed to do. What are those next steps? What are the things that we're working towards? And sometimes we don't have the whole picture. And sometimes we're just doing the next right thing in front of us. And so today, that was doing little projects, getting ready for my cousin to come, and then resting, because that's the next right thing in front of me. And I'm very thankful for that. I should have some fun shenanigans. Hopefully I'll have some seeds starting. I am decorating my house for fall. That's one of the things. I have 5 days off. 2 to 3 of them are pretty planned. And then after that, I am going through stuff in the garage and organizing and decorating for fall. I might do some more freezer stuff. I'm supposed to start the seeds. Like, there's a lot of stuff I have planned. And so I just need to get my energy back up to be able to do so. Thank you for spending some time with me, and I will see you back on the next video.